São Paris, São Paulo, França, Brasil. Aí, MSQ da UFP, Laboratório Fantasma. É nóis. Assim,
os manos no posto, trampando a contragosto, feliz ou oposto. Aposto que sei da dureza, que é a tristeza deformando o seu rosto. Se calos falassem, talvez o mundo escutasse, olhar no impasse, olhasse, limpasse, brilhavam vocês. Juro, pras minas no fronte, que dor pra contar tem de monte. É tipo uma fonte dela, de fronte ela sonha com um novo horizonte. Trancada na cela ou numa favela. Medo é foda, João. Pobre menina, sofre de verdade por toda essa...
Welcome everyone. Thanks for two sports for another edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Eastern Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Cleveland Cavaliers intent on protecting home court. So Cleveland will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got Ian... George Hill out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George, and it's Miles in at the three, the small forward.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, he had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
Cleveland on defense. Hill kicks to Ellis. Feeds to George. 6 to shoot. Hill, no good.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the contest. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Love kicks to Smith. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. And just about a minute into the first quarter. James outside. Back to Love. Knocked loose. Stolen by Miles. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
And here's Love for three. Hill pulls it in. And of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
Goes up on the high post. The shot is off.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts. Trying to take the lid off the basket.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Love kicks to LeBron. It's stolen by Hill. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. An even 3-on-3 break. LeBron against Hill. LeBron drives in. And another miss by Cleveland. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now here is Hill. On the wing, Ellis. To the inside. They set the pick. 4 on the clock. Floats one up. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. It's tipped. Hit his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Hill against Williams. Back to Love. From outside the arc. And he gets it to go. Love's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Hill passes to Mahimi. And it's Miles missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
James kicks to Love. Back to James. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And the dunk by Love.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Smith's running. Williams kicks to Smith. And here is Williams. Passes it to LeBron. 5 to shoot. Another shot. Here's Love. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Love's got 7 points in the game. Indiana trailing here.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
And Thompson kicks to Love. Oh! Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
There's the pick. Knocks it loose. And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters, but such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles, sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
Now here is Hill. He's got 6. Mahinmi dishes to Hill. Good D by Williams.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Greg, on the topic of Smith, you never know what his personality is going to bring to the game, or Clark, even the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Moment to moment, it's an adventure. When the good JR is rolling, he's knocking down threes, playing solid D, creating havoc for the opponent. Bad JR is taking and missing wild shots, going to sleep on defense, and causing problems for his own team.
Pacers trail by 4. They double him with LeBron. And stolen by James. The drive by Smith. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carry and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Wallace with it. He's got 7. Launches it. And that one's good. Love's got 10. Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point. LeBron drives in. Stolen by George. Love against Ellis. And that one's good. Love. 12 points for him.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Pacers trailed by 9.
Shit.
Hill passes to Ellis. It's back to Hill. It's taken away by Smith. The drive by James. Paul George with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And it's Miles with the jam.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
The Cavaliers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Anderson Varejao checked in for Tristan Thompson. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. James Jones, who's checked in for LeBron. And it's Cunningham in for J.R. Smith. Indiana also making some changes. Allen's checked in for Paul George. Budinger comes in for C.J. Miles. Young is subbed in for George Hill. Jefferson with the 3. Shot is no good. And Indiana will come the other way.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now here's Williams. And the rejection by Mahimi. It's deflected. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Cunningham. They get it again. Here's Verajao. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Cavaliers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And for Verajao, his wild hair and frenetic style long ago earned him the nickname Wild Thing. I mean, diving for loose balls, taking charges, but that energy and enthusiasm may be unsurpassed really by any other player in our league.
Mahimi kicks to Young. Jacks up a 3. Cleveland leading by 8. Jones, no one around him. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Timeout called the Pacers. Cavs didn't start the season as a team built around the 3, but they would end it that way.
Yeah, and after the trade for Smith and Shumpert, it changed their dynamic. All of a sudden, they could do a lot of damage from beyond the arc.
For Indiana, Stuckey comes in for Ellis. Pacers trail by 11.
And you know, for the Cavs, they ended up in the top 5 and made threes per game, but they actually led the NBA in made threes per game after the trade.
And there's the foul. It's on Jared Cunningham. That is his first foul of the game.
Just too many miscues here in the early going.
And it's not hard to see why they're down. I mean, it seems every trip down the floor, they're giving the ball to the other team.
Pacers on defense. They trail by 11. It's Williams with the drive. And the basket good. Williams has got 5 now.
And last season, the Cavs would shatter all sorts of franchise records in the 3 department. I mean, makes sense to have that many shooters on your roster when LeBron opens up so much in terms of floor space. And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
The Cavaliers leading by 13. Jones with it. And Young picks him up defensively. From downtown, Verajao dishes to Jefferson. And that one's good.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Here is Williams following the score by Indiana. But they'll get another chance. Jefferson passing to Jones. Jefferson setting the pick for Jones. to the middle. Knocks it loose. Williams kicks to Cunningham. Pass to Jones. Again, the miss by Jones.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Young with no one around. Sinks the triple. Young's got his first 3 points of the game. Here's Williams. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anderson Varejao. That's his first foul. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Stuckey dishes to Hill. Young's shot is off. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Stuckey. And stolen by Williams. And Young kicks to Stuckey. Williams with the block. The Pacers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. No good on that one. And that trip coming up empty. Missing both. Cunningham. No good on that last second attempt there. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Cavaliers lead by 10. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
Williams is out there with Cunningham. Then it's Jefferson. Then it's Jones. And it's Varejao in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Love's checked in for Jefferson. LeBron comes in for James Jones. And Smith subbed in for Jared Cunningham. Here's Stuckey. J.R. Smith making his last shot. Stuckey passes to Hill. Stuckey into the lane. He kicks it to Allen. Young from outside. And that one's good. Young's got 6.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Williams' shot is off. Pacers trailed by 12. Here's Stuckey. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Stolen by Miles. And he dunks it down.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
Here's Stuckey. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Young dishes to Stuckey. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. And it's rebounded by Anderson Varejao. Varejao's. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's
Man,
for sure.
you can, and it don't even go there.
Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence, Clark, his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
And the Pacers call time here.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
Indiana making some changes. Hill, he's checked in for Hill. Budinger comes in for Allen. And it's Ellison for Young.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
Second shot opportunity. And the layup good by Love. Love's got 14 points for the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Pacers trail by 16. Ellis kicks to Miles. Back to Ellis. All sorts of time. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Love the pass to Smith. Love dishes to Verajao.
And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Verajao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up. Then only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Love. Jones comes in for James. Cunningham, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Mo Williams. Jefferson kicks to Verajao. Now the feed to Cunningham.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
And adding insult to injury, certainly, Greg, as you were talking about, Verajao played well at the start of last season. Shooting 56% from the field. Clark, I think he was over 70% from the line. Those were career highs.
Yeah, and a terrible blow for Verajao and the Cavs because of that injury, the Achilles tendon. But it led to the deal for Mozgov, and that's worked out quite nicely.
Now here's Stuckey. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He dishes it to Mahinmi. Fires from 18.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. Some changes for Indiana. Paul George comes in for Chase Budinger. And it's Hill in for Rodney Stuckey. Pass to Miles. Fires for 3. And Jones pulls it down. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Verajao. Hill with some nice D. Here's Ellis. Miles the pass to Mahinmi. Some nice passing here by Indiana. George double teamed. Over Jones. George no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
But they recover it. Cunningham dishes to Jones. He feeds it to Cunningham. And it's sent back by Hill. Stolen by Verejao. Cunningham gets the bucket. Pacers trail by 17. Ellis kicks to George.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
From deep, Ellis. George with the ball. Jones covering. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Ball going up court. Offensive rebound. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. A platoon swap here for Cleveland. Here's Hill. He has 6. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went, Clark, 15-26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
Now here is Hill. Outside, George. Ellis kicks to Hill. Here's George. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Clock at 6. To the right side. Here's Mahimi. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
The Cavaliers leading by 15. The drive by James.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
And George kicks to Miles. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead. Well, here's a little factoid about the Pacers on the road last season, guys. They were much better shooting free throws on the road. The difference between their road and home free throw percentage was the largest positive mark in the league. That's kind of strange.
Here's James. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
With the pass. Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Stolen by Thompson.
Guys, hard enough to win in this league, but when you continue to hurt yourself because of miscues, it makes it all the more difficult.
Well, you put yourself in a tough spot. I mean, 8 points yielded off turnovers this quarter already.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's 6th man of the year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career high 55% from the floor.
James Jones, he's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Williams. Stolen by Allen. Here's Buttinger. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Nice shot by James.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get, and he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Now here is Hill. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Nifty move. And Hill finishes inside.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Here's Dellavedova. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Now here's Buttinger. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That's on LeBron James.
You know, it's really quite amazing when you look at Chase Buttinger. I mean, statistically, across every category, even smaller categories like steals and blocks, almost identical output 5 seasons apart.
Here's LeBron. 14 points for him. Now the dish to Dellavedova. 6 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Goes up the baseline. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period. The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Cleveland leading by 22. Here's James. 16 points for him. Outside, Jones. The Pacers pull it in.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Indiana shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. Both shots good from the stripe. Five seconds left to play here in the half. And here's LeBron outside. No good on the buzzer beater. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could. And, boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir. He has had too many uncontested runs to the hoop. But even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well.
Good quarter from LeBron. He's got 16 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Buttinger is out there with Paul George. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. Then it's Ellis. And it's Hill in at the 1 spot. Jones the pass to LeBron. And at last they get one to fall.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Budinger dishes to Ellis. And the layup's good off the glass. Ellis has got 11 points.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
James with the bucket.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And Budinger kicks to Mahinmi. And the shot is good.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
So it's the Cavaliers now. The Pacers making the shot. And it's Love missing.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's George finishing it off.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Now here's James. He's got 20. Kicks to Dellavedova. Jones from outside. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahimi's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
The drive by Smith. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. Jefferson comes in for LeBron. And it's Cunningham in for Smith. Now Jones. George Hill missing on the 3.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Here's Cunningham, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Cunningham kicks to Jefferson. And there's the call on Jefferson. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
And there's the call on Jefferson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
George with the ball. Now defended by Varejao. And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Cunningham passes to Jones. Now the pass to Cunningham. Back to Jones. Here's Verajao. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Verajao's got 8.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Shooting for Cleveland.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
That's his third personal foul.
And there's the call on Jefferson. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Paul George with the steal. Ellis can't get it to go. The Cavaliers leading by 11. And it's slammed in by Verajao. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
They get it back. Jefferson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jefferson's got 6 points.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second-chance points. He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And here's Jones following Monte Ellis's 3. And the basket by Jones.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
They're going to have to play really smart on defense now and defend without fouling because they're over the limit.
The Pacers have made 5 of 10 free throw attempts, a lot of misses.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
James kicks to Love. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his first personal foul.
And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
The Pacers making a change here. Young's checked in. Here's Thompson. Hill with some nice D. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
The Pacers have shot 50% from the line, 6 of 12 so far.
So far in this one for Young, he has 9 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Hill.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
The drive by Smith. Shot from the wing. Cleveland the rebound.
Way to play the boards and come away with the offensive rebound.
Kicks it out to James. Outside Williams. They get it back. Back to LeBron. Dishes to Thompson. Williams passes to Smith. Cleveland moving the ball around. The drive by Thompson.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Love, no good.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive. Oh! Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Here's Miles. No good. Excellent defense there from Smith.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. Just reliable, guys. He's just always...
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
On the wing, James. Misses the three. Pacers trail by 15. And stolen by LeBron. The Cavaliers, another fast break opportunity here. And it's sent back by Hill. Over Young. The shot's good from LeBron. James has got 11 in the second half.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Allen, that's good.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Now James. He's got 27. Williams against Young. The screen from Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Smith, no good. Pacers trail by 15. Deflects the pass. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. .111 left to play in the third. Pick up by Hill. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Allen. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession. And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
Smith again, Stuckey. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Cleveland leading by 15. James dishes to Love. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. 21 points for Kevin Love.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Out to Stuckey. Down low. Young in the corner. Hill passes to Young. And he banks in the layup.
Assisted.
Young's got 14 points for the game.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always...
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Cavaliers ahead, leading by 14. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Cavaliers leading by 14. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Thompson. And it's Williams at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And it's Budinger finishing it off.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Goes back up. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 19 points.
That's exactly what happens when you give up offensive rebounds. They come back to bite you big.
You can't allow NBA teams those second and third opportunities.
Kicks it out to Ellis. Budinger dishes to George. Just 4 to shoot. Inside. Here's LeBron. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 4 assists in the game. And there's the call on James. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. Cunningham's shot is off. Pacers trail by 16. And here they go. Here's George.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Dellavedova. And he uses the glass on the layup. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And Budinger kicks to George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Jones against Budinger. Jones the pass to Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot. Jones drives in. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 15. George dishes to Hill. There's the triple. Can't get it to go. So Cleveland will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Dellavedova, that's good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating.
And Mahimi with the stuff.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
And it's slammed in by Verejao.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
And he gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Cunningham. And it's Ellis with the rebound.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Budinger. And he slams it one-handed.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. And it's Hill with the jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
At the line for 2.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
And it's Miles missing. The Cavaliers leading by 13. The drive by James.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Hill left side. Some nice passing here by Indiana. It's stolen by Smith to the paint, and LeBron throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland.
In for your Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
LeBron outside. Feeds to Williams. Inside. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
It's our third game. I done
And Young
destroyed this
kicks to
nigga. I
Hill.
done destroyed the nigga every game with these niggas. I want to pick
On the
somebody
wing,
else. You want me
Stuckey.
to keep playing Indiana?
6 to shoot.
Cavs. Like, I done beat the fuck
Can't
out
hit.
these niggas all
Great
night.
D that time from
I didn't
James.
want to play this game.
Smith for three. It's rebounded by Indiana. Allen's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
I was just playing the nigga
Tell
last
you
game.
what,
I was
that's
down.
just a
came back
major
and beat
unforced
them, nigga.
error
That
right
shit
there,
was too
guys.
easy, like.
My goodness.
The
I told him I
Cavaliers
was
leading
gonna do
by
it.
18. It's stolen by Hill.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think
like
there
after you
was
play so many games,
anyone,
you feel
and
like
I mean
running with
anyone
somebody.
that could have stopped him on that.
I done beat the nigga back to back with these niggas.
He's
When
starting
we got
to
in
feel
another
it. He's in a
game,
groove
I
here in
picked
the
the
second
Celtics.
half.
That's what I wanted to run with. I picked the Celtics.
And Young,
then
here we go.
we got in the game.
And
He
the foul on
started
Mo
the game
Williams.
and quit the game. Like, I'm
That's
like,
his
damn, what
first
you do that
foul.
for? He's like, I want to play
making some
Indiana. I don't
changes.
want to keep playing.
Miami's
with
checked
these
in
niggas.
for Hill. Paul George comes in
Can't
for Rodney
fucking beat
Stuckey.
him. Like,
And it's Hill in for Young.
shit is
To the left
annoying.
side wing. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Love. Looking to get back on track here.
And I got to
Hill
start going
pulls
my
it in.
first mind, because if the nigga do
Hill's
win this
got
game,
his
he's going to
third
be talking
rebound
crazy.
tonight.
But bro, I just dominated you back to back
Putting on a
with these
show
niggas. Like,
for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Watch this, Mo. It's 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the game. I want to play him serious right now. Watch what I do.
Mama said that, huh?
I guarantee. Watch this shit.
And the Pacers call time here. Everyone
Watch what I
knows
do
about
to
the
him.
Paul George injury from last year.
It's 4 minutes left. It's 4 minutes left in the
entire
game.
Season,
Watch what I do.
There was no doubt they missed it.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
Some changes for Indiana. Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. And it's Ellison for Allen.
And they need a timeout, Kevin. They haven't been boxing out like they need to, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Timeout called the Pacers. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs, swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
Miles the pass to George. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Assisted.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Pacers trail by 15. Hill kicks to Ellis. George double teamed. And it's Hill penetrating. And it's George finishing it off.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
Here's Williams. It's stolen by Hill.
I fuck around with
Oh,
it.
and here we go. Ellis has got it to finish.
Real shit. I was down 15. Now I'm getting ready
It's
to
not
down 10 with 3
possible what
minutes
we
left.
just... Clark, is that possible?
Since I told you I was
It's
going to lock up on him. The nigga can't beat these niggas.
It is
And
possible.
think
Bro,
about
he
it,
can't,
guys.
he
That's
can't.
one
If I
of
play
the few
serious, he
guys
can't beat these
in the
niggas, bro.
entire league who can pull off something
That's real shit.
like that.
James, no good.
He
Boy,
fuck
did
around,
they
won't
need
win this
that
game.
rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
Monte, you gotta make
Exactly,
that too.
because
You
they've
gotta put it
made
down
enough
8.
plays to keep it close. And as a result, they're still in it.
It's out of control.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland. And it's Indiana's ball. They're on an 11-3 run.
You can't guard him.
And George, here we go. And the lead is down inside single
Down
digits.
8 with 2 minutes left.
George has
Fuck around,
got
win this
11
game.
points in the quarter.
I already know everything he gonna do. That's why I said this shit got boring.
James in the post. It's a pick by Love.
Barrel elevation to hold
Uses the
LeBron.
glass to finish the layup.
But
37
knock this
points
3
for
down.
LeBron.
He's gonna be mad.
Strong work for
Knock
him
it
at
down
offensive
too.
end, helping
I'm
them
down
to
7.
maintain
Them
that
niggas-
lead.
Yeah, I made it.
Excellent
You can't
ball
fuck
movement
with
there,
me. I'm
guys.
down 7.
And that's keyed this run, passing it with purpose. The D
Oh,
hasn't
put
been
LeBron
able
at the
to
line.
keep up.
I put LeBron at the line. He got lucky.
Drops the first
I'm gonna
one.
fuck
That
around with this
stretches
game.
their lead to 8.
This is to show you that I really was bored
And
playing
so
this shit. I
both
could
free
turn up any
throws are
time
good.
on this
And
nigga.
it's a 9-point ball game.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
George dishes to Hill.
Yeah, make that.
And it's off from three-point range. The Cavaliers shooting well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Near the three-point
Love.
line, it's Love. That one wide left.
I think in that situation, that was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway. Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
But they get it back.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Cavaliers.
You're right there, Steve, in one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them. Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And what a huge standout performance it was for James. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him.
That'd be him. We only want to talk after the game.
No, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability. What a great game for Love in this one. 11 rebounds, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme. Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The drive by LeBron.
Out of control.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
I'm sure he would have liked to have nailed all of them at the stripe, but that should be good enough to end this thing.
It's stolen by Hill. Ellis. Off on that one. And so it's Cleveland.
Shit. I scored 45 in the third, 40 in the fourth. Huh? I don't give a fuck if he does. That nigga can't, man. I gotta start going with my mind, like, as I beat the nigga 2 straight, I picked it over 10. And we got in the game, and he quit the game, and I'm like, what's up? He's like, nah, I want to see any nigga just sent me. Crazy, man. I'm about to invite that nigga to the party. This nigga really nuts, man. That nigga is nuts, man. That's the sad thing about it. Like, he really think that nigga is crazy. Oh my God. He talking about shut Paul down. That nigga, man.
Y'all spitting at the shop, huh? Early niggas spitting.
Yeah, this thing while you're in the party, I'm gonna play him again, just because, just because he high horse, and he. But I already know